Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you happen to be watching this. Risco in Tokyo coming at you with some more, um, you know, the stuff. Not the movie, the stuff with Garrett Morris as Chocolate Chip Charlie, which is a whole kind of thing. Not the movie, the stuff. No, not the movie, the stuff. The playing. Yes, we will read the news. We have troubling motive. A train ride through the mesas quickly turns sideways as a troublemaker is on board. That actually sounds amazing, but we've already played it. Fuss budgets. Colorful Factory, platformer. Got the team pick. Good on it. And but we already played that. Recalibrate the who's it's elsewhere's maybe would be fine. We don't need to recalibrate any of these who's it's. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Clubber. Battle against others with clubs and more to come. That's probably a multiplayer. Bubbly Clouds. Welcome to Bubbly Clouds. It's a beautiful place filled with beautiful clouds and bubbles that you can swim in. The very stylish skyworms inhabit this cloudland. That sounds kind of fancy. Of course it's fancy. It's by Alpi. Of course it's fancy, and of course we've already played it because it's by Alpi, and we've played everything that Alpi has made. Oh, Quill, it is wonderful to see you as always. Who's it's are coming up green. Captain, no calibration necessary. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The whatsits are up the creek though. You gotta that's a dangerous creek too. You gotta be careful about the creek. Or the crick, depending on where you're from, how that gets pronounced. Or pronounced, as the case may be. We said it both ways where I was growing up. It had both crick and creek. And it took me ages to realize that they're spelled exactly the same. Because it's like, they sound different. They should be different, right? One should be spelled C-R-I-C-K and one should be spelled C-R-E-E-K. I have a crick in my brain and the frogs won't shut up. Oh, crick in my back and the frogs won't shut up. I mean, but it's probably cute, right? You could catch crawdads in the creek near... Oh my gosh, this is very loud. Sorry about that. You could catch crawdads in the creek near where I used to live. Camera zones are a little bit jumpy here. I don't know why they've got the camera shifts so sharp, but I really like the look. I kind of wish I had realized that was going to be dangerous. I don't know if those are always dangerous or if people just make them dangerous. Because I think it's just a decoration. Music is a good choice. No, I gotta give it that. Disco. You didn't need to do it like that. That was not the way to do it. I want to write something about an American stone giant who has a crick in his back and it makes him sore. I kind of like that. I am here for it. I would read this short story. I would even read it if it were a longer story. That's one way to shortcut that. I don't know why I had so much trouble with that jump. Like, that's not particularly difficult. I might try to remember that one. You're welcome to it. I don't know if crick is... like, that pronunciation, I don't know if it's specifically Northeast United States, or if you'll find that in other areas. But definitely was common in like Western New York State, which is where I lived. I've been enjoying some soju since it's the end of a long week. Otsukarasama desu. Otsukarasama desu. Although soju is Korean? Chigao. Chigao? It is Korean. Nice. Brain meats. Good that you have the memory sometimes. I appreciate that. I don't know how to say otsukarasama desu in Korean, so I'll just say it in Japanese, and hopefully that'll be okay. I love these little flying blocks. Nice use of the girly eyes. I hardly ever see any created creatures that actually use the girly eyes. Usually it's the regular, like, animated googly eyes or the monster eyes. And I don't know why. Biblically accurate blocks. You're not wrong. They are, in fact, biblically accurate. Thank you? I mean, that was thank you to the thing that wasn't triggering. That wasn't like a snarky thank you to you. I wouldn't give you a snarky thank you. I would give you a sincere thank you. Can I? Alright, we maybe needed to put the kill boxes someplace better. Can I run on these wires? I mean, it seems like I should be able to, but normally you can't, is the thing. Well, fancy that. That's pretty nifty. I'm gonna guess there's invisible material down there, so it's probably a good thing that Kronos is in here, because Kronos would then be very sad about not having invisible material anymore. Anyway, I can't really vibe with sake or a bunch of traditional Japanese liquors, so I like a soju a bit more. That's like 100% fair. Oh, Hiruna, it is wonderful to see you. I hope that you're doing very, very well. Hope that life is treating you kindly, and that you got enough sleep last night, because I know that you said that you were bouncing out to get a little bit of extra sleep. Did I just... Okay, I can get back there. Though it is paint thinner adjacent sometimes. I mean, some of the Japanese liquors can be paint thinner adjacent as well. Hive! It is wonderful to see you as well, Hive. Thank you so much, Hive, for mentioning Fantomas last night, because holy crap, the director's cut is an absolute banger. Like, I listened to that on repeat this morning, and it was just like, how did I not know this music existed? This music is so far up my alley, it started up a kidney chop shop. That Spider Baby cover is so good. It's just amazingly good. If Hirunda or Panda have not listened to the director's cut by Fantomas, like, absolutely do so. Although I don't know if you weren't moved to do so by last night's discussion. I don't know if anything I can say would encourage you further, but like, it's so good. Also, to kind of loop back briefly to the liquor discussion, like, yeah, most of the time that I was drinking Japanese liquors, it was just because, like, I wanted to be drunk and it was cheaper than whiskey. But it wasn't usually something that I would drink for fun. There's a couple of shochu from Amami that are tolerable with, like ice, water, and lemon juice. Like just a spritz of lemon juice. But they're not really good. Oh, Floppables! It is wonderful to see you tonight. I hope that you're doing very, very well. It is... See, I was gonna say it's always a pleasure to see you, which is true, but I just said it was wonderful to see you, and it feels weird to say both of those things in the same space, but they are both true. I show up and I hear industrial and synth music, and I'm listening. I love when y'all give me recommendations for music, by the way, because when I actually sit down and actually, like, check these recommendations, which doesn't always happen, I should be honest about that. I don't think that any of them have not been bangers. Oh wait, those are spikes! Fudge. I mean, yeah, I guess I should have seen those. Firstly, what's your tolerance for sludge metal and weirdness? If you're okay with that, then check out the director's cut. Director's cut it's more spikes. More spikes. I have no idea what sludge metal is, but I'm hoping it sounds goopy. It does. It's very goopy. There's a lot of Mike Patton screeching. Not all of it is, like, not all of the lyrics are Mike Patton screeching, but there is a fair amount of Mike Patton screeching. And I'm here for it. My favorite album of his is The Smell of Rain, which is just dark synth pop. But the other albums of his are more industrial. Are we still talking about Mike Patton, or... And I do need to write down The Smell of Rain, because I will check that out. I like how the stream notification was like lo-fi vibes for lo-fi rain, and we're just talking about sludge metal and industrial, so why is there's no music in this level? Oh, Mortis, gotcha. So I will have to write down Mortis as well, or else The Smell of Rain will probably not pick anything up. It is raining to beat the band here, though. And I hate that, because I would very much not like to ride the train anymore. At least until I'm much more sure that I'm not infectious. There's literally no music here. Why would you do this to me, Level? Also, sludge recommendation. Vile Creature, they're very sludgy drone doom with lyrics and, like, queer and trans stuff. Oh, wow. It's a band comprised of a non-binary couple, so... Arachnivolt! Arachno, it is wonderful to see you as well! Oh, fudge. So wonderful to see you that I jump out of... Fudge. Spikes again? Spikes? It's just all gonna be spikes. But very good to see you. I hope that you're doing very well tonight. Hope that life is not serving you up any more stress than you feel like you can personally handle at the moment. And honestly, like, less. Because I can handle a lot of stress, but I don't really need that in my life. I could probably handle more stress than is really healthy for me. Vile Creature. With a big star next to it. And underlines? I'm gonna definitely check this now, because I've got underlines and a star. Quill says, kids ask what my favorite song is, and I can't bear to tell them it's currently a song called Incandescent that was inspired by Solaire from Darkstalls. I mean, no shame in that. There's like 0% shame in that. I don't know. What is my favorite song right now? What is my favorite song that was not sung by Honey Bunny? Because, like... I mean... She's got, like, the top 5 spots. Because they have to. Tamaka Killing Bird is really good. I've been digging on that recently. By the Sebatones. I've been listening to a lot of Poe. Like, just everything from Hello is wonderful. I know you got a little bit of sanism going on there, so it's like, it's hard to recommend, but Axemen by Heavens to Betsy is just, like, it's an all-time banger. Flopple says, I'm pretty into more extreme music... Fudge. gotta catch this. Pretty into more extreme music genres, so I can recommend some solid queer metals. I'm absolutely down with that, Floppable. Like, I mean, Mercury is... Okay, Mercury is not solid, it's a liquid. But it's very queer, and it's also a metal. So, I could definitely recommend that. But don't drink it. Don't drink it. Don't do that. Kids, because this is a family-friendly stream, this is your fire ghost type squirrel aunt, maybe. I don't know if I deserve that title. The aunt, not the squirrel part. That part I'm down with. This is our health advice for any of the kids who are watching on VOD. Kids here being under the age of 10, don't drink Mercury no matter how much you want to. Because when I was a kid, I really, really wanted to. But my folks, bless their hearts, at least this much, they stepped in and they said, don't do that, kid. Don't do it, because you'll get sick. So don't do that. Ragnos is essentially doing metal recommendations. What do you recommend for someone with literally no experience of the genre outside of hearing super popular stuff in movies, games, or via pop culture osmosis? Like, just to ease in, Megadeth. Megadeth's really easy listening as far as metal goes. 99 Ways to Die is a absolute banger. What's the album before Euthanasia? The one that they got really big for. It's not coming to me. It is absolutely not coming to me. And why is it not coming to me? Countdown to Extinction, yes. Outside of like one song on Countdown to Extinction, which is like, I would say is like actually kind of uncomfortable to listen to. It's like an all-around solid metal album that will probably give you a lot of the fundamentals. The new Sonja album is fantastic if you want really gritty, dirty, trans glam metal. My notes here are gonna be so much Sonja, which is probably pronounced Sonia, I'm gonna guess. I need a red pen so that I could put down, like, in red pen, these are Floppable's recommends. You should definitely check them out. Darn it, I think it was, Qixing Huang. My bit is ruined. Oh, fudge. I'm sorry I missed your bit. There was like 3 or 4 things going on at the same time. Mercury will not give you immortality. Do not be seduced by the misinformation of Wang Shi kids. I mean, that's good. It doesn't make you immortal. It'll just make you really sick. Hiruna mentioned, back from listening to literally 2 songs from Fanamas's The Director's Cut. Did you listen to Spider Baby, Hirunda? Because Spider Baby is a banger. Also, the Night of the Hunter and The Godfather on that are both just really excellent. Black Sabbath first, then Step Up to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, which is also recommended by Hirunda. Gotcha. The important thing is, what kind of sounds do you like? That's an excellent question. Devin Townsend got me into metal, so like maybe that could get somebody else into metal. Worth a shot. I did listen to Spider Baby. I didn't quite know what to expect. I didn't either, and I loved it. It's so good. Also, I kind of recommend the movie What Happened to Spider Baby, starring Sid Haig. It's a trip. Rock, you are fiery. Why are you a fiery rock? I don't know how I feel about this, but you're wonderful and dead. Quill says I'm kind of past my metal phase. Doesn't scratch that itch for me anymore, except as nostalgia. That's super fair, Quill. And I would be not one to get on your case about that. I feel kind of the same way about Tori Amos. Like, I still appreciate Tori Amos, and there is some of her songs, like, I can really get into, but it's not like when I was in uni, where, what is that rock even doing? Where, like, Tori Amos was my absolute jam? My metal phase lasted 22 years, haha! I mean, may it last as long as you need it to? These rocks are just kicking my butt. Alice! It is wonderful to what is even going on? What is this level? I love it. And I wish I had played this for the show. I could still play this for the show. I could do a second look at this level. And I might. Because this is so goofy. Alice, I hope that life is being very, very kind to you. I hope that you've got no more stress than you feel like you can deal with. These rocks remind me of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. I know the name, but nothing more. Wait, there you are. Why would you be like that, Rock? Why is there a bounce pad right in the middle of you? Which is that maybe because I just watched today all of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. I mean, that could be it. It's a horror web show that is now a TV show. Alright. So, like, Has Been Hotel? Speaking of metal recommendations, would you suggest Dragon Force? And this is going to be my metal shame, I guess, but I've never actually listened to Dragon Force. And I know that that's like a failing on my part, but still, just haven't done. Dragon Force is cheesy, and they use chiptunes from time to time, so maybe? I mean, there's nothing wrong with chiptunes. I'm here for chiptunes. I do appreciate, not all the time, but I do every now and then appreciate a little bit of YMCK. Jelly Beans! It is wonderful to see you, Jelly Beans. I hope that you're doing very, very well tonight. I hope that work was not too much of a work thing for you yesterday. My work was a thing today. Grab me to end. Must I? Oh, fudge. I could just, like, throw myself into the lava. That is also an option. This level is a lot, and I kind of love it. Rocky Rumble, you know, I'm here for you. Alice says the release of the show was actually going to be next month, but it got uploaded this month because the Queen's death messing with what comes out on that channel. I mean, I guess at least the Queen's... I mean, the Queen's death is like a gift that keeps on giving, but then it's going to cost the country like 12 billion pounds, so it's also the gift that keeps taking away. Tunes? What? Wait? Hive says if you want, you can also check out the algorithm. Look, Al Gore has no rhythm. I'm sorry. Some Danimal Cannon albums and Master Boot record if you want to get into metal by way of electronic music and chiptunes. I actually kind of like the idea of metal via chiptunes, and I don't know why. I find like I don't super duper like big orchestral metal. I don't know why, and I feel like in my mind, like, Dragon Force and Dream Theater occupy that space, and I don't know if that is fair or even vaguely accurate, but, like, in my brain, that's where it is. Time to get into Nintendo Core. I would be fine with Nintendo Core. Like, I do appreciate decent chiptunes. Not all the time. Although I like a darker chiptune. Like an 87% cacao. Dark chocolate chiptune. Listen to Horse the Band. Okay, I will. You don't have to scream it at me. Dream Theater are a prog band. Okay. I feel like I should say more. There's an 8-bit LBP cover of Nirvana in LBP. Oh my god. Like, okay, we have to. This is probably gonna get the stream copyright struck, but I gotta know. I hope it's good. I should have saved this for the smoke break. Yeah, you know, it works. Quill says I've unlocked one of my least favorite challenges in drinking. I am hyper aware of my fingernails pressing down on my fingertips. I hate that, Quill. I am very sorry that you're dealing with that right now. Arachno says I love orchestral sounding metal stuff. I've listened to a bit of Nightwish, and that stuff was a revelation. Just a quick heads up, Arachno, LBP is a family-friendly stream, so try to be careful with the swearing. Any other streams, please swear to your heart's content. But just in case the kiddos, the parents, walk into the room at an inopportune time and are like, hands on hips, child of mine, what are you watching? This is actually pretty well done. I'm kind of surprised. Flopple says, I love some orchestral metal. Septic Flesh's guitarist and songwriter. I cannot read. Guitarist and songwriter is a classically trained composer, and it shows. Okay. Hive says, if you ever want to get into the heavier stuff and you like orchestral sounding stuff, I highly recommend moving over to Septic Flesh and Flesh God Apocalypse. Quill once again reminding us that Nightwish is the top of the pops. Flopple dark art on Codex Omega is just fantastic. If you want orchestral tinge death metal, okie dokie. Oh, Kronos! Wonderful to see you. It's a pleasure as always. I want more covers of the Terrario OST. I don't know, Arachno, don't like, it's not a big worry. Like, just kind of a heads up type of thing. The LVP streams are the only ones that we treat that way, just because there's a higher possibility that, like, really young kids might show up in the chat. It's actually happened before, and it's always kind of like, it's not uncomfortable, but it is definitely weird when, be like, this kid is, like, 12 years old or 11 years old, and be like, so then... Historically, there have been kids in chat. There have been kids in chat. I think this is just looping into a second one. So, but Terrier Instinct, that was really well done. Like, honestly, definitely give a thumbs up skis to that one. Played more Judgment and it slaps. I died quite a few times, but this time I'm going to attempt the whole game without using healing items. without using healing items for long battles or boss fights. Good luck with that. Hopefully that works out for you. Also, Kronos! Listen to Phantomos's director's cut. I'm telling you this now. Like, you gotta. It's... Wait, what does this say? What's up? After trying to come up with a descriptive bio for like a million years, I've narrowed myself down to this. I'm a dude that likes girls, games, and grungy music, and that's all you really have to know. PtaER, I feel like you're telling us a lot with this, and I don't know how I feel about it. You did Creepy Crawly Crypts. Okay, I remember that one. First fragment will also get you to dip your toes into progressive and technical death metal. It's a good way to progress. Okay, so the director's cut is the name of the album. The band's name is Phantomos, spelled with an F. F-A-N-T-O-M-A-S? Yes, Phantomos. One of Mike Patton from Faith No More's side project is a cover of Brain Meats. Why did you completely stop? It's a cover of theme songs from films and done in a like industrial sludgy metal style. It's really, really good. I listened to it this morning, I enjoyed it very, very much, and now I am just screaming at everybody to go listen to it. Poor Arachnophile getting enrolled into 3 different metal curricula. I feel like it's kind of hard not to, you know? Like, when you've got, like, people who have a passion for a thing as fragmented as metal, and I'm just glad that everybody's getting a chance to just get their passion out. And Arachno, I hope that we haven't just buried you in stuff. Like, I hope that we haven't overshared, but I do have to say that this has made me extremely happy. So I guess that balances out. That just sounds like really crappy, and I'm really sorry. It's like, well, you've made me happy, so hopefully you can put up with the over-information. Reminiscence in the Canyon, unfinished. What is this like? Unfinished level from LBP's 10th? Celebrate explosive 10 years of LittleBigPlanet with this short throwback platformer retaining the 3-layer gameplay from the first installment of the franchise, but not without a little bit of help from LBP's 3's 16 layers to really spruce up the background. That sounds kind of nice. I'll check that out. This is wonderful. I have tons of stuff to sift through now. That makes me so happy. Y'all, you make me super happy. Hive says, what's a good start of metal band? And here's this French-Canadian neoclassical technical death metal fan whose latest album also includes flamenco influences. I mean, but where's the wrong? Where's the wrong here, Hive? Kronos says he did the level idea I never finished, Lamau. But he couldn't have done it as well as you could have done it. I do appreciate that PtaER did like explicitly specify that he was a dude. Because then I know that I could say he, and that makes me happy. And I wish more people would do that. Also, like, what smells like burning? It's nothing in my apartment. I did not leave the stove on, but something definitely smells like burning, and I hate it. But, like, a weird kind of burning? Like, the burning smell of overusing pencil erasers? Like, that specific kind of burning? When are you doing the Witch House recommendations? I didn't... Are there Witch House recommendations? And how do I do them? Or is it just the burning? Was there supposed to be a thing here? Was I supposed to drag this all the way over here? Which house is it? Wait, for real? Oh, is it like, what? Hi, brain meats don't work. Just, what? Brain meats? When? Where? Like, something house is a genre? Which house is a legitimate genre of music? I mean... Is there an illegitimate genre of music? Because I kind of feel like anything could be a genre of music. Like aquacrunk? Exactly! That's exactly what I'm saying! If aquacrunk can be a genre of music, now I specifically made a technique where the cameras wouldn't do this when you're on spinning blocks, and I distinctly remember doing a short tutorial for roughly 50 minutes fresh. The community never learns. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. Aquapunk is a streamer, aquacrunk is a musical genre. I mean... I don't know what I mean, actually. I was gonna say a thing, and then the thing just completely broke in my brain. Because I was so focused on how much I hate it when creators don't lock the camera. I probably would have fallen in this trap as well, albeit not as badly. I mean, it comes up all the time, and it's such an easy thing to fix that I don't know why more people don't. But it cheeses me off. There's like a dozen different ways you can fix that problem. At least they weren't super spinny, because I hate those. I hate those so much. Where it spins so much that, like, you kind of feel like you're gonna get sick. I think I'm gonna do one more level and then take a short break. So let's try the floors on fire. And when I come back from the break, might do a little bit of create mode just to kind of bump around a little bit. Floppy, please, you need to work... they need to work their way up to the Eiffel 65 cover. I don't know who Eiffel 65 is. Wait, is Anubis the Eiffel is Anubis Eiffel 65? The floor is on fire. Yata. I'm blue. Daba dee Daba die? What? Eiffel 65 did the blue song with the little blue guy. I don't know what the heck that means. What does that mean? Okay, thank God there's a marine fact. The goosefish's name is derived from the legend that is believed that it could swallow a goose whole. That I understand. There's not a lot of things that could swallow a goose whole. But the goosefish probably could handle it, and we're here for that. How are you pure and uncorrupted by blue? I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm not. I just don't remember because it was the late 90s and I was on a lot of drugs, okay? fudge. I hate this. You will not remain uncorrupted. Like, Hive, I am so far past the point of being corrupted. It just depends on what kind of corruption that we're talking about. Make her listen to Blue and then the Flesh God Apocalypse cover. I mean, I'll do it. We're talking 90s meme song corruption. Must we? Blue is a memetic virus and we're obligated to spread it to the uninitiated. I mean, as long as it's not gonna give me like Ajita. Cause I don't need Ajita, honestly. Where do you want me to go? Okay, hop over this. Got that. Go down here. Buttons! How you doing, Buttons? It is a pleasure as always to see you. I hope that you're very, very well. That life is not being more stressful than you can handle at the moment. Quill says, listen up. Well, hold on a second. Yo, listen up. Here's a story about a little guy that lives in a blue world and all day, all night, everything he sees is blue just like him inside and outside. Oh, so he's Sutter Kane. This is a song about Sutter Kane. And I somehow have not listened to this song? That seems weird. That doesn't sound like me. It's an Italian classic? What? Wait, the 90s meme song is an Italian classic? I really kind of sometimes wish that the LVP streams weren't family friendly, because every now and then I really feel like I need to use some F-bombs. The band is still super big in Italy. Good for them, I guess. If it makes them happy. Oh, fudge. Are you ready to see the chorus written out in text? Yes. Yes, I am. I am ready for that. I'm feeling some kind of ways about this level. I'm blue. Dabba dee dabba da. Dabba dee dabba da. I'm dabba dee dabba da. Dabba 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 dee dabba da. Okay. Wait! Why did I keep the boost boots? Level, what the heck? There were X's there. Level, you are giving me Ajita. More than this blue song ever could. I feel bad for sending Lisa some legitimately good music and then terrorizing her with 90s meme songs and symphonic death metal covers of same. I mean, don't feel bad. I probably deserve it, Hive. I'm sure I've done something recently that has earned me this fate. Oh my god, I am... The X's... Why are you not making me lose the boots? Wait, what? Elaboration? Wait. Hold on a second. Alice says, also I was showed that song once in school and told it defeated racism. What? Alice, how? What? Do I even want to know? Probably not. Okay, are the boots gone? Now, are they gone? Thank you. Okay. I am gonna beat this level. This level is gonna be beaten, and it's gonna be beaten by me. No one else. I don't know if I can amply explain exactly how much I dislike this level, and I hate that. Because I feel bad, and I don't know if it's the creator's fault, but I hate this level. I guess every now and then, like, you just... There are levels that don't work for you, but I hate it. I feel churlish. I hate feeling churlish. Like a giant churl. And I can't even look at chat because, like, I have to pay attention. Please just end. I'm begging you. It's never gonna end. This level is never gonna freaking end. Hold on a second, what did I miss? Every stream is podcast mode, it just, sometimes there's a game going on too. I mean, you're not wrong, Hive. You're not wrong at all. Alice says, when I went to private Catholic school one day, 2 men dressed like actual G-men, somehow this is not a joke, showed up in a van, went to our class, and said, we will show you a thing that proves why racism is bad. And it was that song. After the men left, they said, I hope you kids aren't racist after this song? What the heck? I mean, Alice, I absolutely believe every single word of that story. But Quill! Yeah, yes? I mean, I would have gone with just like an Unknown Armies adventure hook, but it's basically the same thing. Oh, I hate this level so much. I hate this level. This is so crap. Please. Thank you. Okay. Blue is literally a song about John Trent after antagonizing Sutter Kane. I mean, it should be, though. It should be. We should have more... Oh, fudge. We should have more musical odes to In the Mouth, because it is a fabulous movie. I tried to say fantastic and fabulous at the same time, and it didn't work. This level is like great value. Umi Hara Kawase. I don't know what Umi Hara Kawase is, but it's just... I just hate it. I hate this level. And I feel like I am being unfair in my hatred, but somehow this is pushing every single one of my buttons, and I don't know why it's got to be like this. Kronos, what is wrong with this level? This may not be the same, but I have Sayonara Umihara Kawase in my Steam library. It's a physics platformer of incredible difficulty that requires you to swing yourself to your goal using fishing gear. That sounds 1,000 times better than this. Everything about this level is just awkward. That's the worst part. It looks shoddy as heck. None of the material choices are pleasing. None of the shaping is inspired at all. And all of the gameplay is like just a little bit off. And we've got a boss fight, because that's the thing that we needed. This level would have been 100% improved by having fish with legs. you're not wrong, but you're not wrong in the sense that I feel like 85% of the levels that I've played could be improved by having fish with legs. Chrono says, if this level was a test question where you had to point to all the problems, you could get full marks by circling the page. Honestly, though, thank God. Thanks for playing my... God, I feel even crappier. I feel like the biggest jerk. I feel like an absolute utter... Just an utter D-bag. Alice is the same school that spent half its budget on a play that was Romeo and Juliet but made Catholic, where I played a mafia shark that I mentioned before? Oh my God. Alice, I don't know if you mentioned that before and I just forgot about it, or if I didn't catch it because other things were happening, but I love it. I never got to play a mafia shark in a school play. I never got to be in a school play. I did have to sing, but thankfully not solo, We Are the World. And I think also Maria, but not for the same schools. You end up in heaven, a true masterpiece, but no fish with legs. Hive says, see, this is why I 100% believe what Alice said about the G-Men, because I remember the Mafia Shark story. Mafia Shark? How can you, like, how is that not an absolute masterpiece? I was in choir once, never again. I was in chorus for, like, 3 years, because in junior high school, the teacher who did music theory thought I did not have the brain meats necessary to actually handle music theory. So, and we had to do a music class. It was required. So you could do an instrument, you could do music theory, or you could do chorus. And I'd already tried by that point violin and hated it, and I tried drums and hated it because I had no patience, and you don't get to start out with either violin or drums, so like there was that. So I couldn't do an instrument, and I couldn't do music theory because I didn't have the big brains for it, so I was stuck in chorus. Alice says they added an evil fish mage as the villain, but kept the poison chalice thing and did the ending, but had fish Romeo and Juliet be reborn by magic, which makes it more kid-friendly, I guess. That's a lot. This feels like a Ship of Theseus thing, where, like, how many elements of Romeo and Juliet can you change, and which elements do you absolutely have to keep in order for it to continue being Romeo and Juliet? They die and they get reborn, truly the most Catholic thing. There's definitely a very interesting cosmology going on with that. That would have been way more fun than whatever the heck my group was doing. Wait, what did I miss from Quill? I imagine all choirs end up like the one in Bloodborne. That would have been way cooler than the ones that I was in. I need to put... Wait, I thought the age gap was between Hamlet and Ophelia? Weren't Romeo and Juliet both teens? Hamlet and Ophelia have a really creepy age gap, though. Like, that's definitely a thing. Why am I angry that Ace Combat 7 wasn't even nominated for the best soundtrack? It was won by Death Stranding even when Cadence of Hyrule, DMC5, and Sayonara Wild Hearts were nominated. I mean, all the stuff that you've been playing for me in Ace Combat has been fabulous, Hive. I'm willing to take the memory L on this one, Hidunda and Quill. Like, I don't know why in my mind they were closer in age. Maybe because Romeo Cross Juliet, the Baz Luhrmann masterpiece, was they were kind of close in age. I thought Juliet was some degree younger than Romeo. Okay. Alright, well, I mean, 3 votes in confirmation, that's good enough for me. Hive says I have the Death Stranding soundtrack, and not a single original composition from that soundtrack stands up to the best that Ace Combat 7 cares to offer. Kronos, you're not wrong. Like, Neko Navi's, again, I know that we mention Neko Navi a lot in chat, and I know that we throw fists up in the air for Neko Navi in chat, and I know that Neko Navi soundtrack is not metal, per se, but I would like to co-sign and undersign that Neko Navi's OST is absolutely fabulous, and is worth a listen. It's worth many listens. It's really good. I'm gonna put on some music whilst I do a little bit of a break. All you need is grab the altar and the song will start. Cool. This is Fading Monkey, by the way. Couple Hearts by Fading Monkey. Hopefully it's good. But like I said, I'm gonna take a 5-minute bio break. I'm gonna do a stretch. Shake out my shake outy bits. I don't know what bits those are. I guess my fingers. And have some orange juice. And I'll be back. side question, but pickle juice doesn't go bad, right? Because I've got this jar of pickle juice in my fridge that I want to drink, but I can't remember when I requisitioned the pickles, so I don't know how long it's been in there. I mean, definitely under a year, but probably a couple of months. No, maybe not that long. Maybe a month. I'm not sure. I don't remember the last time I went out, like, and did just completely absurd requisitioning, as opposed to, like, I really need stuff requisitioning. Also, I noticed that y'all were talking Kojima, and I could definitely leave Kojima. I don't really find that I need him in my life. I liked MGS1 well enough to buy MGS2, and there was definitely some stuff in MGS2 that, even being high as a kite, I was kind of like, this is a lot. Not really like anything that we could talk about on a family-friendly stream, but it was kind of a lot. It won't go bad easily because it's all salt and vinegar, basically the pits of hell for bacteria. Okay. So if I'm feeling particularly like I need pickles at some point, or well, at least pickle juice at some point, and I don't feel like requisitioning them, I could just drink the pickle juice, and that would be good. I don't need the waves to be this fast. I also need them to be going in a different direction. UV tool. That's not gonna do it. That didn't do it at all. Well done. No, Risco, what are you doing? What are you doing? Wait, can I not make the waves on top go? Why do they have to be coming towards the front of the screen? Kronos! Why can't I make the waves go left to right? This is BS. I hate this. I feel so... It's one of the best materials, but it's also extremely cursed. I mean, it is. I don't know, maybe I'll keep it. I don't even know what I want to build. Now I'm just getting whingy. I'm really sorry. There are two things about MGS2. Ice physics, and by that I say the game simulates ice cubes to an absurdly high degree of fidelity. They even melt in real time. For real. I did not know that. And the lecture on meme theory. Yeah, it does have that. It does have that. What happened with the other level you were making, if you don't mind me asking? My creative juices just absolutely cratered. And it's actually kind of bothering me a little bit because I want to do your thing. And I'm still like sitting on that. And just the last 2 weeks really have just... I haven't done anything creating in LBP. I haven't done any episodes in 3 weeks. I've had nothing in the tank, and I hate it. Quill says, I need to practice what I preach, and I refuse to go outside until I have my sunscreen. Got sunburned today teaching kids archery, and it is so uncomfortable. Yeah, sunburns suck. That's like the most obvious thing I could possibly say, and I'm super sorry about that, but... This could be a stretch, but how interested would you be if I sent you a full template of a platformer I come with? Like, do you mean that you're gonna actually be with the template? Because that would be pretty awesome. Oh, you came up with. I mean, On one hand, I would be really touched, and I think it'd be really neat, but on the other hand, I honestly couldn't promise that I would do anything with it, and I would feel pretty crappy about that. Like, I wouldn't want to put you up for doing anything that I wouldn't actually do anything with. Also, kids are so gosh darn reckless. They don't listen when you tell them to never face a knocked bow towards someone. Quill, are these children, is this gonna be a Lord of the Flies thing? This is gonna be a Lord of the Flies thing, isn't it? Knocked means that the arrow's ready to fire, right? This is answering Kronos' question, but I do admit that I may be wrong on that. That's when my school dropped archery the year before I went there. Someone pointed a bow at someone else. And it's a good way for somebody to lose an eye if they're lucky. They happily draw a bow while facing another human being and claim that nothing will go wrong. The idea that nothing could possibly go wrong, though, is like it's very much a hallmark of childhood. I mean, we made flamethrowers. Granted, little baby flamethrowers, but they were still... They were worth in the flames. We used them to melt G.I. Joes, because that's just what you do when you're a kid and you're bored. Apparently. So it's like, it's not like having a finger on the trigger of a gun unless you're ready... Oh, it's like not having a finger on the trigger of a gun unless you're ready to fire. Yeah, like... It's not a thing that you want to be doing. Unless you want to be accidentally hurting somebody. Alice's archery is such an everything can go wrong sport, yes. One of my teachers almost burned down a school building by accident. Are you sure it was by accident? They still teach archery here. Buttons, like, archery's a big thing over here. Both the traditional style archery and the Olympic style. Trigger discipline for projectile weapons without triggers. Like slingshots. It's another thing that would be really easy to put out somebody's eyeball with. You never point anything made for killing at another person unless you intend to kill them. This is very good advice, Quill. And you will not hear me saying a single gosh darn thing against it. Button says, even without the pointing at people problem, the feathers and the arrows can do serious damage to your arms if you're not holding the bow correctly. That happened at my school. For reals, though. I never even considered that part, Buttons. Oh, it's definitely a thing over here, Kronos. Like, I don't know how common it is, like, if public schools would have it, but... Like, yeah, archery is definitely 100% a thing here. Al said guy left a science experiment he was teaching us after class. Somehow it was fire-related. Some of the school staff noticed it and yelled, please someone get here. I forget what chemical it was, Alice, but one of my science teachers in junior high school used to tell us a story about when he was a really young teacher and he left like this chemical dust on his, like, on the teaching desk. You know how they got those, like, the big stone top science desks. But he left a bunch of this like dust on the desk and forgot to clean it up at the end of the day. One of the janitors washed it off with a wet rag and it immediately caught on fire. The water flow makes... I mean, Kronos, you're not wrong. Welcome back, Hirunda. I don't know where you went or what you missed, but it is... Holy crap buttons? It's a family-friendly stream. But yeah, I guess, like... It wasn't enough to cause... It happens. Like, it's already happened once tonight, so... You're in very good company. Just as a heads up. It wasn't like enough to burn down the school, but it was definitely enough to scare the living tar out of the janitor, at least according to the story. Alice has a thing with a lot of Portuguese school buildings, is a lot of them were made in very old times, and a lot of classes were made with wood. So a bad time when fire's involved. That's a mood. Chemistry's pretty neat. Chemistry is absolutely wild. Excuse me. And I don't not love chemistry. But it's a pretty good way to cause trouble. Chemistry's a banger. Yes, chemistry is a banger. I'm willing to go with that. I say this, but I stuck to physics. I had the choice in senior year of high school to take either physics or advanced bio, and I took advanced bio, and I kind of regret that decision because I think physics would be pretty neat. Oh, Yugi Ghouls! I wanted to say hi, and I was interested in what you were creating. I feel like a stalker today. It's another me. Oh, Nilster! It is wonderful to see you, Nilster. I hope that you're having a really good night. Congratulations on the team pick for your level. And thank you for the very kind words about the episode. I really, really appreciate that an awful lot. I lost my train of thought. I was just gonna make like a cave hub. I'm just kind of poking around with create mode for the moment. Actually, I should put on some music for the create mode. But it's nothing like really serious at the moment. Just kind of duping. It occurred to me when I was doing the cave adventure episode 3 weeks ago that I've actually only made a cave once in LBP, and the hub was so complicated that I never ever want to touch it again. So I thought maybe like a simple cave would be nice. The level's a really good one, and one thing that you did, I mentioned this in the episode, but it's something that I really, really appreciated, and I wish more creators would do, that you had a kind of a unique interaction, not a unique interaction, you had a gimmick to the level that you actually utilized multiple places in the level, where the wall bounce bits where they moved, and you used them to get further into the level. Like you had to adjust the positions by bouncing off the walls. I see so many creators will like put one neat thing in their level and then never expand on it, never do anything more with that idea. So I always appreciate it when it comes up and it's handled well, and I thought your level did that really, really well. So I wanted to point that out specifically. The Savannah int music with just the first row is the best variant. I'm not getting like any music though. The bounce things, I had more of these in concepts, but they're too complex. That's a mood. Like, that's a total mood. Oh, fudge! I always forget it's X. I hate that. Risco, you just said that you always forget it's X, and then you didn't use X. But yeah, I enjoyed the level an awful lot. I liked the LBP1 version as well. I had a really good time with that. So thank you. Thank you so much. Pro tip, if you press and hold X while placing an object, it'll open up its tweak menu right away. Thank you, Kronos. That's a good reminder. Arachno, you didn't miss too much. I had to step out right before break. Just us talking about, I think, a little bit of Kojima. We talked a little bit of Kojima. We talked a little bit more about Alice's school play. And a little bit about archery and how you should never point a knocked bow at somebody. Because it's a really good way to ruin somebody's day. And I think that's about it. That's about all we got up to. But welcome back. It is a pleasure to have you. Wait, didn't I just dephysicalize you? There we go. I said this on your break, but if you're curious, I think Neon Dimension Rush also uses a fading monkey track. I think you're right. And I think I know what track. Because I think I've used it in one of my episodes. But apparently not recently. What do I want to do with this? Like, just a simple cave. Also, what are you even making right now? I think I missed the part where you explained. It's just like a really simple cave hub I was thinking of doing. I realized that the only time I've ever done a cave setting in LBP was for the Infernus hub. And I hate that hub, and I never ever want to use it again. Because it's just way overly complex. And I'd have to strip so much out of it to make it even vaguely work. And I think even if I did, it's got so many moving parts that it messes up the, it messes up the clock logic. I also love how that dark blue cardboard looks. I'd love to make a level out of it if I could. It's a nice color. Like, I really like it. It's hard to get, like, a decent gray with the cardboard settings. Like, you really have to fiddle around with it to get a nice gray. Make sure to have lots of stalactites and stalagmites and glowworms. I mean, the glowworms are a definite mood. If anything, I'd feel like I'd be even better now that I'm more observant with color over the past few months. Now, I'm not saying that you've got to make something, Kronos, because I know that mood. But if you did make something, it would be an immediate showcase on the show. Because I think everybody should know that Kronos is an A1 creator. And his levels deserve massive amounts of love. Because they're really good. Even if I can't beat Voltaic Ruination again, I'm pretty sure that I'd never be able to beat that level again. I'm kind of shocked that I was able to beat it the first time. Actually, let's just break that. Now, we do need to make sure that the tips are matching up. Or otherwise it wouldn't look right. I mean, I don't like Voltaic as much as my other stuff. That's of that time, so it's fine. I feel kind of bad, though, because it's... Voltaic is... Like, the concept of it is really good. And it's really interesting how you've, like, worked it out. But I feel like the difficulty curve on it is really sharp. And the skill ceiling is really high. And it kind of makes it hard to engage with, like, just for fun. Speaking about spelunking equipment, what about spelunking equipment lying around? I could do that. I could definitely do that. I don't know what spelunking equipment is available. It was a pain to create when making the return trip, and LBP's paper-thin limitations don't help with that. I believe that. I absolutely believe that it was a complete pain in the butt to do. I love the loop on it. Like, I feel like I see that so seldom in levels, and it's such a fun little thing when levels do it. Like a stray coil of rope on the ground, harnesses and helmets. Let me see what they've got in decorations. But they might have something that matches up with those, Hiruna. I don't know if this is going to be final product, but right now it's just kind of nice to make something. I don't know. I mean, I kind of know why I ended up getting so burnt out. There was an awful lot of stuff that was going on all at once, and getting sick didn't help, but it sucks. Because I remember when I was making that like islands level, I was really feeling it. Like it was the first time in a while that I'd done any create mode that wasn't a hub, and just kind of thinking about it in that way of like how to make this work as a game was really fun and interesting. And then the spark was just poof, it was gone. Also, a tip for natural excuse me. A tip for natural formations like this: it helps to slice and dice your piece. If a polygon has too many vertices, it becomes a pain to edit. So like, make these pieces two separate pieces instead of one. Like, I'm not sure how slice and dice is going to help in this particular setting, but I might just not be thinking very clearly. Yes, because eventually it'll tell you the shape's too complicated, meaning you can't edit it anymore. That part I got. I mean, that part I understand. So you're definitely right. We'll probably want to put... Oh, fudge. No, don't do that. Like, why don't we put a cut here? Wait, why is it still drawing the line? Oh, yeah, of course. That makes total sense. I'm being silly. Don't worry about me. Why? Don't do that. Disco, why are you even doing that? Ah, my brains. I would have made the rock formations separate. Defiscalize them and make the cave barren and add the formations later. That's a pretty good way to go about it. You know? Slice and dice isn't quite as advanced as it should be. I hardly use it, and I probably should use it more. I used it to make the pieces in Neon Dimension and Rush. Okay. And you did a really good job with those, so... Although I feel like that's... You got a little bit more of a geometric look with that. That maybe Slice and Dice lends itself to a little better. Oh, Des! It is wonderful to see you as always, Des. I hope that you're very, very well. Hope that life is going kindly on you at the moment, not giving you any more stress than you can deal with. I know that you've got work stress in your life, so hopefully not too much. It's handy for settings like this too. Like if you wanted to add cracks to something, for instance. That's a really good point. That's a really, really good point. Let's do some simple ones here. Nothing too fancy. Just a little bit of jaggedness. Oh, fudge. That's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted at all. Slip past the good point of enjoying some soju and into the aches. Oh, Quill, please be taking care of yourself. I know that you're doing the relaxing, like... After work, you've earned some inebriation and intoxication, but I don't want you to hurt yourself. My favorite cave level... I can read. My favorite cave level I've made, and probably my only cave level, is episode 0.1 in CZ. I remember that. Might drink some water and head to bed. Please drink some water. I know I always say that, but this time, like, I really, really super mean it because you have been drinking. And I would very much like it if you didn't wake up with a hangover. Cause that would be a crappy way to spend your day off. And if you need sleep, absolutely please take it. Des is not sure how much more it equates to yet. The whole thing is confusing us at work. Oh wait, I missed something. Des says, it's okay, my work appeal came back, I've gone up a level, but not the 2 levels I was hoping for. But 1 level is better than none at all. I mean, that is true. That is true. But I hope they're not like... they're not holding back that extra level just to be jerks about it. Quill says I'm not very drunk at all. I'm just hitting the point where where I start the process of sobering up. Okay. Flopple says, whenever I've drunk at concerts and such, I'd always cap the night off by running to a convenience store and grabbing a bottle of Gatorade or something. Replaces electrolytes from both the alcohol and the moshing. I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Whenever I used to have, like, really heavy nights of drinking, I would always stop at this Thai restaurant on the way home, and I would get their super spiciest challenge level curry, and it was so good. It was so good, but I would sweat so much and just sweat all the alcohol out of my system. Nilster says... wait, Nilster, would you like us to use Nilster to address you? Or would you like us to use Yugi Ghouls? Or is there another name that you would like us to use? Because I could use anything that would make you comfortable. You can just call me Nils. Then it is a pleasure, Nils. And Nils is telling us, but water in between your drinks and before bed are a great idea. Yes. Like, spacing out your drinks with a good glass of water is definitely a good idea. Des says they declined my boss's appeal, yet placed another colleague I work with 2 levels higher, so we're a bit confused by it, but life goes on. If I wasn't happy in my team, I'd be looking elsewhere. That's fair. Flopple says it helped me prevent hangovers and general bad feelings the next day. Yeah, putting electrolytes and essential salts back into your body before sleeping is a biggie. Quill says, like to maintain a buzz for fun, then slowing down before I hit the tipping point, and then it's water all the way. See, I was not good at just drinking to a buzz. It was always very much like, we're gonna drink, we're gonna get really, really drunk, and that's just how it's gonna be. And it doesn't help that when I first, because I didn't really drink very much before I came to Japan, because I had other options, which are definitely not available in Japan. But when I first came to Japan, I wasn't eating any meat. So basically, if we went out to a pub to drink, the only food that I could eat while drinking would be like French fries, a salad, maybe a big block of like fried camembert cheese, like breaded, deep fried camembert cheese. I mean, I call them izakaya, Des, because they're not really the same as pubs, but I figured there's enough people that wouldn't recognize that. Des says, may sound odd to you, but money isn't everything. Where I am now, I'm home more and I see the kids. I mean, no, Des, I definitely agree with money not being everything. Like, if you're sorted for like survivability cash, having the option of being able to be like, well, I would rather have this time, that's super something that I would agree with. Flopple says it's a diuretic. You pee a lot, like a lot. Sometimes it causes loss of electrolytes. Also, obviously, you need to drink more water, but sometimes it's a thing to have on hand in an emergency. Yes. Yes. I mean, pickles and olives are also just plainly delicious, Quill. I'm a little bit worried. This is like the jokey kind of worried, not like the actual worried, but like when I actually get on eventually HRT, my desire for pickles and olives will probably be completely off the charts. It will be untenable. Because I love me some pickles and olives. I know what I'm looking for, and it's in scenery or realistic. The rocks that are, there's like no color to it, it's just the rock outline. I've liked pickles so much for my whole life that Pickle was my childhood nickname. I think I mentioned this on stream before, but like I didn't like pickles until I had real like spicy dill pickles. The kind of the semi-sweet pickles that you'd get at McDonald's, I could never stand those. I hated them so much, and I would always pick them off my hamburgers. Oh, also, Des, I was saying to you that I am definitely in agreement with money not being everything, just as long as you've got, like, your needs are sorted level of cash. And after that point, like, making those decisions about time being more important or family more important, like, I'm 100% on board with. Why did I think that this had no color? Why did I think that this was just the lines? Fudge. Because I really wanted that rock texture. Sometimes I get called a half, as I was never a full pint. Well, that leaves me feeling a little bit salty. Because these are too realistic. I love me pickles. I'm a big fan of pickles. I'm not feeling mean enough to suggest Voltaic today, so for now I'll throw Rush at you when you feel like it. I would definitely play Rush tonight. I would definitely play Neon Dimension Rush. And I might, like, take a break in a minute and come back and play Rush for a bit and set the create mode to the side for a sec. Especially because I'm not sure how long Nils will be hanging out with us, and I would love to show him Neon Dimension Rush. I think he'd appreciate it. You can always use the rock sticker on the outline and then fake its texture. How Hirunda? And this is not me being... I mean, I am being obtuse, but I'm not being obtuse for a joke. I'm not really sure how that work. Because the sticker's gonna cover up the color, because I want this color. I just kind of wanted the lines for the rock, like the lining. And that's what I don't think I'm gonna get. I just ate 30 to 40 green olives and it was glorious. I am down with that. Honestly. I'm right there with your olives. There's a thing I'm thinking of, but I don't think I'm gonna find it right now. It's the only level that I kind of wish got team picked. Rush should have been team picked. I think you absolutely deserve the team picks that you got, but Rush is an exceptionally good level, and it should have gotten more respect. How am I gonna set the camera up here? That's something I should figure out now, so that I don't need to worry about it later. You could use this sticker to shape the block of material, then remove the sticker from the material and do whatever you feel like. Okay, so I get you, Deb. I see where you're going with that. I'm not sure it's exactly what I want, but that makes a lot of sense. I might be thinking about Boulder Rock. No, I can dig where you're coming at now. I'm gonna have to make those taller. I guess I could have more than one. In case you missed it, Des says I weighed 2 pounds when I was born. Oh my gosh, that's very wee. That is super tiny. Almost worrisomely so. Camera? You are definitely not doing your camera thing. Movie cameras are always such a pain in the butt. I don't know why they gotta be that way. Oh! Wait. I'm gonna post my favorite meme ever on the stream announcement. Oh my god, I need to know. Oh my god, I've got like notifications out the wazoo. Off work late, hungry but too tired to cook? Try 30 to 40 olives. 30 to 40 olives, an easy weeknight dinner. Eat them directly out of the jar with your fingers. You will certainly not regret eating 30 to 40 olives. Oh my god, I love it. And I support this message. I know I probably shouldn't, but I do. Des says premature was supposed to be dead, but a doctor scooped me up and ran me to life support. Holy dogs. I am glad. I mean, also Quill, that it feels like, because of the timing of my speaking and your typing, it feels like you're saying that about scooping Des up and taking her to life support, and I don't think that's supposed to be the case. Probably not. Probably not. We're gonna have to make the stalactite parts up higher. But we're gonna do that after I do Neon Dimension Rush. I think what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take a really short break, and I'm gonna delete all these community objects because they're not things that I need. Quill says my friend had a premature baby a few weeks ago and it's been a big worry. Is this the friend that you were telling us about before? she's having a really tough time of it. We will keep our toes crossed in the most serious of senses, Quill. There's a delete all unhearted objects button. I should probably just do that. But I'm not gonna. Might be. I have a few friends still. I just remember that you were telling us, I want to say a few weeks ago, but I'm not sure, that one of your friends had recently had a baby. I'm not certain how many of your friends are currently pumping him out, but same friend, gotcha. Then we will I can't really say keep the baby and friend in our prayers because I don't have any, but we'll be crossing the toes. These are not going to be in the final hub. I just wanted to put them here so that they could have some movement on the screen whilst I'm on my break. And they're cute. But yes, I am going to go on... I need a background. I hate this. I don't know if I'll keep this background, but it'll do in a pinch for right now. Yeah, don't like that. What would be in the caves? A bear? A bat? I was thinking some goofy bats, like old school LBP1 style, flappy wing, and maybe on a rotating, like a wobbling rod, so that they swing back and forth. But let me do my break. I'm gonna stretch. Gonna have some orange juice, maybe some coffee, even though I think that's probably a bad idea. And when I come back, we're gonna do Neon Dimension Rush and maybe a couple more levels, and for probably about like 45 minutes, and then maybe spend the last 15 minutes back in create mode. But I will be back in 5 minutes or so. I think I will make coffee. Oh, Quill! Please sleep well, Quill. Only good dreams to you. And we wish you a fabulous weekend. Yes. I hope that you heard me, because I was just like shouting at my microphone. But... Yosha. Alright, we are back. And I had hoped that it wouldn't go to the screensaver, but it did. I don't know how often I saw the screensaver of LBP3, but it reminds me of how inconsistent I am. Sorry about that, Nils. I was hoping that if I put some moving things in the scene, that it wouldn't bump the screensaver, but that didn't work. that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. It's definitely a nightmare screensaver. I don't know, like the screensaver for LBP1 was Okay, I don't really remember the screensaver for LBP1. The screensaver for LBP2 was pretty solid. And I don't know why the screensaver for LBP3 is so blah. But it very much is. If Limbo exists, it's that screensaver. Limbo exists and it should be on sale on Steam because it's an old game and I can't imagine that it's all that expensive. Actually, now I want to know. Steam powered. Limbo. Limbo on Steam. It's $10. I mean, that's not expensive, certainly not for what you're getting, but I'm kind of surprised that it's not cheaper by this point. When did it come out? Limbo came out 11 years ago? Well then, Kronos says the cursed part about the screensaver is that 90% of the levels show I never found. I've never seen any of them. I don't know where they are, or if they even exist. In my eyes, the screensaver starts way too fast. That's like a really good call, Yuki. Like they just dump you in it. Oh, Dez said, I have the underpants suit in Spider-Man. Congratulations, Dez. I know that you were pushing for that the other night. 100%ed Limbo. It's great. It's really good. Limbo is a very, very solid platformer. Yudunda says, speaking of playing, might I butt in a PtaER level perchance? Do you mean as a suggestion or as joining in on the stream? Kronos says, I love how my demo level has a period at the end for the title. I like your demo levels, Kronos. They're wonderful. As a suggestion, I would absolutely play one of your PtaER levels tonight. Get out the old guns. I had a song like pop up in my mind, and I had to do like a quick scan to see if any of it was family friendly. And the answer's no. Yosh. Let's do this thing. Let's rush it. One of my favorite levels in LBP. I like fudge. Boom, boom. Oh. If I don't answer anything in chat for a moment, it's just because this is a level I kind of have to focus on. So you may have to fudge. You may have to hold off till the end of the level to get my attention. God, I love this level. This is so good. And I make the same mistakes every time that I play. I don't know how I manage that, honestly. You would think at some point I would remember, like, the layout. But no, the answer is no. This is why my scores are always garbage on this level. was a whoopsers.